those, you out. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Motion Podcast with Action Jackson, where I talk to individuals with shit going on. And today, I got two very special guests, Mr. Caraby and Mr. Tristan Vincent.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hey, look alive. Hey, we've been here. This podcast is dedicated to the float. I know my followers that have been on the float know exactly what type time it is and what we is on tonight. So, I guess I want to start with, how did the float start? Like, what was the first float? Like, how was it brought upon? How did you guys come together? Like, let's do this float. Like, let's start from the top.
We've been homies for years. Actually, we hated each other at one point, but only because I would always want to go see him, but then I would get a little too tipsy and there was somebody be having a problem. But I got brought to a random float by some random, and it just set it off for me. And I think that was on the Yellow Breeches, and then you started coming, and then we started like, hey, we're going floating at like almost every weekend we were going. And then somebody, I think Dan, was like, oh, you guys should come to the Swatty and check it out.
It was actually, what is his name? He's 100% sober now. He's arm wrestling dude. Big muscular dude, ears.
Justin,
yeah. Oh. I could not think of his name once I said ears. Justin. He was the one that said you guys should start doing it at the Swatty because it's a lot. It's wider, closer, and this is when we started from Shivani Park, and ended up getting out of Fulling Mill Road. It was long, but yeah, it was fun. The rapids, just everything about it was way more fun than Yellow Breeches was real narrow. We had to get up and walk a couple times because it was too shallow. There was too many things to navigate through. And then the one time we went and they shut down Messiah College, so we had to end up parking way up on this hill. And everybody got upset because we had to trek down this hill to try and get into the creek. So from that point on, we're just like, we're just going to do it at the Swatty from now on.
And at that point, I think we were only, it was just the friend group. It wasn't even, we weren't really doing events. It wasn't like that yet.
Mm-hmm. What year is this?
So for me, the first time I went, I was dating this girl named Erica, and her don't make that.
I try not to name drop.
I try not to, but that was probably one of the only good memories of Erica, because she's the one that introduced it to me. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't know nothing about floating. Not one thing about floating. Her family used to do it all the time, so she coaxed me into doing it because, black, little skinny.
Yeah, I was wondering, how'd you,
black, skinny.
For me, it's like, you said a float the first time is introduced to me. I'm like, no.
I can't even remember the girl who took me floating, but I do remember it was a girl from the West Shore, and I was just like, yo, this is crazy.
They always went to Yellow Breeches.
It was all that, right?
They took me into it, and I was like, I'm not sure about it. It was the most fun I had ever, and I was like, we're doing this all the time.
Yeah,
we're doing. And then me and Erica weren't together anymore. We're like, I don't care. I met all these new people now.
Right.
Let's all get together. I had my boy Jermaine, DJ Main J from New York. He was all about it back then. Darren was all about it. DJ Vibe. We had a few other people, and then he had his group of friends too. And then we just
the Ratchets.
The ones. We were like, we at the end, we leave them alone because they were a little bit too drunk and a little bit too frisky, and they'd always be wrestling at the bottom. I'm like, we're done with that.
That's the goal, though.
I grew out of that.
But then, so the first big one that we threw together was a 4th of July one at the Swatty. That's the one with Justin Bear. That's his name.
Yeah.
Justin Bear. Just Blair or Bear?
I think it's Bear.
Bear. And
gorilla.
Big old gorilla dude. And fun. He's just a fun guy.
Yeah.
He's 100% sober now. Congrats to him.
I think he's on 3 years.
Oh my bad. I mean,
3 years. Yeah, for sure.
Fast for justice.
I'm so proud. But that was the first time, and it was epic. and we just decided we're gonna do this. At that point in time, we were doing it every other weekend.
Yeah,
we were just so about it. Obviously, we got older, we got responsibilities. So now we do it every first or second week in June. Then we'll do the big one in 4th of July weekend, and then August, towards the end of July, August. Beginning of August, we do one more, and then if it's still good around Labor Day, if it's still like the weather's still good, we'll do
right. True.
Those are the big ones. He likes to throw little miniature ones, little side creek Jones.
Yeah. I mean, because if I don't have nothing to do, if I ain't got no side jobs going on, like people ask all the time.
Yeah.
Can we do this more? Can we do this more? I'm like, all right, like let's do
so
like
fun.
a quick Saturday one or something like that. So they really didn't get insane until that first one in 2020 with like COVID going on.
Yeah.
It just so happened to be the weekend that we were finally let out of the house.
Yeah.
And it was at least 900 something odd people.
It was ridiculous.
At Schiavone Park of all places. Hosses was crying, the police were crying. I mean, it was
Yeah,
there was a lot of people
because you shouldn't be like social. It was like social distancing.
That weekend you were allowed outside of the house.
Outside. We're outside.
That was epic.
Excuse me. We're outside.
That was epic.
And after that, it was just on. I mean, there was a couple of big ones in 2018, the summer of 2018. I think like Penn Live finally got wind and like came out and snapped some pictures. But that one in 2020, the first one of the summer was just.
I'll tell you what. I think the first one I went to, and I don't know if you remember it. It was like cold and rainy.
Yeah,
it was like I think it was like 2016 or 2015. Might be 2016.
I had a roommate named Dan. He was actually he was DJing with me, but he also had his own companies too.
Yep.
And he was always doing his own also. And Dan was the one. He was the one that it didn't make rain or shine or anything. He was adamant about making sure we all went.
Yeah.
That was the one. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Because that
it's
was my
not so
first
bad
one.
if it rains though. Like
at the time, I was
when
still
it's
black
rainy and cold.
Yeah, once it gets cold, it's like
when the sun goes away and it's rainy and cold. Nah.
Yeah,
So I remember I was with a chick or some chicks, and like the one was like shivering. It's like we had to like really like check ourselves. Like hypothermia is real.
Yeah. I don't really know anybody get hypothermia in the summer, but
It was that cold, though, like,
it does get a little
shivering
freezing
and-
out there.
It was cold.
But like I don't know, it was just such an experience because like going through it with your friends, it's like yo, we did that.
You know who your real friends are when they go through something
For
like that
real.
with you when they stick all the way to the end. That's the main thing. We had a few homies that brought their chicks out. We're not going to drop any names on that one, but they got right, as soon as maybe like 10 little droplets of rain. Oh no, I ain't built for it. And they would just get up and walk out, and we see our homies chasing after them.
Walking the railroad,
walking the railroad, holding the rafts and everything, while the girls just pissed. I'm like, it's not for them. They can't make it. They can't hang.
I feel like that's an element that makes a float so good because it's a little bit dangerous. Just a little bit dangerous. You gotta have your head on a swivel, like you're drinking and shit. You're fucked up, but like you know what I mean. Like, but when like shit hits the fan, like you gotta make quick decisions.
You just gotta make it to one of the islands, and then you're good. Because after that, it's over for the most part.
Right.
You just got a little bit of time left, probably like an hour and a half left. It's getting to the island that people are like, oh my God, this is taking forever, blah, blah, blah. But once you get to the island, it's all good because then it's time to like kick back and chill.
But I remember this one time specifically, we were on a float and you could see the storm just rolling.
Yeah.
Rolling in. No island. And we had
No island
we
in
had
sight.
to get into the woods, like just wait it out. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like
I mean, if it's not like I said, if it's 75, 80 degrees out and it's
Perfect.
and the sun's shining,
A little rain doesn't hurt. A little rain actually feels good.
Yeah,
It cools
for
you
sure.
off, yeah.
You're out there getting eaten alive by the sun. You're day drinking. You want a little bit of rain on you.
yeah, I mean
Cool you off
that's
a
what I'm
bit.
saying. I'm not like it's all the elements of the float that make it just so like epic. Like you know what I mean? Because it's different than what we naturally like do every weekend. Go to the club.
Yeah.
Same old. You know what I mean? Same places, same people. Like you know what I mean? The float just adds in adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who are die hard, like show up every time, probably wouldn't speak to each other if we passed each other on the street and didn't know each other. And that's another thing that's real good about it. It's like you see people from every walk of life and everybody's chilling. There's not really ever any problems. Everybody's helping with the trash. You know, everybody's helping somebody who's struggling or like, you know, oh, we got a pump or
everybody helps everybody.
Tight-knit
yeah,
They're
for sure.
Everybody sees if there's somebody struggling, somebody pops a tube or somebody spills their stuff in the water. You'll see everybody get up, get out, and help them out. Nobody's like nobody's pointing and laughing.
Nah, nobody's out recording like clowning each other or nothing like that. I mean, there's always problems when they have that many people, but there's not like, oh, this is a whole mob of insane people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess talking about it, that's what makes the float really special is the bonds that are built and like created on the float. Like you said, there's people I don't see outside the float.
Yeah.
Which is cool because people come from all over.
There were people from Maryland, New York. I think one dude, New Jersey. One dude came all the way from Ohio. I mean,
I don't know how our algorithm hit there.
We
promote it, it's mostly central Pennsylvania, but somehow I'm pretty sure families.
Shares. It's shares.
Well, that one was like 900 something odd shares, and you know, do the math on that.
Think about that. That's pools of at least 400 people each. Like at least 400 people. So
it's always a good time, and I love doing them. You know, I wish I can do it more often, but you know, like you said, responsibilities.
They take a lot out of me.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't. I mean, you're getting ate up by the sun all day, and then you gotta drink, and then you gotta drive, and then you gotta, you know, it's a lot. You're out there all day.
Sometimes you gotta pull your float through the rocks. You know what I mean? The rocks.
I think the first one of the summer should be fine.
Bed. We should definitely be good. All this rain that we had,
we should be real good.
What's funny is whenever we coast through and we get done like 3 or less hours, you'll see people go to the start and do it over again.
Oh,
that's to me, that's insane.
That's some monster shit.
They literally will go back to the start because they got to drive back up there to get their cars anyway, and they're like, "It's only 4 o'clock. Let's go again."
I can see it, but
we get to the island by 1:30. People are like, "Oh my god, we trying to do this again."
I mean, I'm always looking for a cookout or like some food.
Bro, these people brought a seafood boil.
Yeah, they did.
I was like, they was out there doing crabs and shrimp. I was like, this is crazy.
This year, Chris got Gaither.
Yeah, Gaither,
but we just call him Doc.
Doc. Yeah.
He's going to be setting up his vending truck, so he's going to be doing food at the beginning and then food at the end.
Oh, that's
Yep.
Yeah, make sure y'all
like
eat.
A caterer.
Yeah, trust me.
Catering now?
You need to eat. People that don't eat don't make it at the end. You'll know the ones that didn't eat because they'll be at the end. They'll be completely just...
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if you remember. It's before we were like cool.
Yeah.
I brought a chicken, box of chicken. Everyone was like, "Whoa, he bought a box of chicken!"
It's such a good.
Yeah, that was
so funny.
That was so weird, but it's so right. It's like, Carrie was like, "Let me get a box." This is before like we were cool. This is like, I mean.
My cooler full with beer and snacks.
He came. Remember, he was the one that was that you or was it somebody else that had the ankle monitor on that had the whole waterproof bag? Or
that was John.
That was John.
I mean, it's a few like.
There's a few people that do it now.
When you have one on, you meet everybody else. Oh yeah, you're going through the same thing. Like
I made a video of that last year because I was just standing there.
The year before, they had a whole boot, a whole waterproof boot around their ankle.
Yeah. I mean, I had mine was orange, so you couldn't miss it. Yeah. Some other they had like the bags, which was a little bit. I mean, still you can't miss that, but bright orange, like you could see that.
That was the funniest shit.
I had an ankle monitor for like 2 years.
Oh
yeah.
Is that house arrest or they just want to monitor you?
It was pre-trial and house arrest.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he spanned it over like Caribbean. I dealt a lot with York. Like yeah, they put me through some shit over a DUI. I mean, but like it, they extended it unreasonably too.
Yeah. So I think my pops had got a DUI and it was just weed, but it was like. Throughout the whole process, it was probably like 2.5 years before he finally got it settled.
Yeah.
But that was like during the COVID bull, you know what I mean? So they weren't really pushing.
A lot of things were getting pushed off and pushed back because of COVID.
True. But yeah, I'm one of those ones that made it through with the ink. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a trooper. Like, you know what I mean? I was on
saw
house
those.
arrest.
I remember that video too. I took that video. That shit was funny. I was like, what is happening here? Look at these two.
Yo, I remember this one time. Oh no, that time I was like floating with Caraby, and he yelled at me because I I was trying to get out the river, and my jump it slipped off, and I was just so worried about getting my ankle monitor subdued, and I let my float go.
Gone.
Jordan, what the fuck are you doing? And he's right. Like, we can't be doing that shit.
Nah,
but I didn't know what to do because I'm trying to get out and like I can't subdue my ankle, and I'm like,
It's pretty. I mean, like you see some elaborate.
and I'm not
floats,
trying to
like-
restart the whole thing, whole term all over again.
Nah, you had the right idea. You had your priorities straight, but you weren't thinking about the rest of everybody behind you.
I
That
know,
were
I
they were
know.
all
Right
getting tucked
idea,
away.
wrong
I know.
execution.
They were all
Yeah.
the current was taking everybody. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jordan. He's like, what? I'm like, we're dying back here. You're close. He's like, oh, my bad.
Shit, like I said, it's a little bit dangerous.
It's
little
always a
dangerous
good
out
time
there.
though.
Yeah, I know. Like, so let's expound on like what I know we've already talked about what makes the float special, but like how about like we do it individually? Like what makes it like something like because I know you will I remember like every time Christmas coming around, you're always like first float.
Yeah.
Every Christmas, like Tristan's posting.
It's usually like the January.
January's already.
I know specifically you did it Christmas.
I think I was a little pre-hyped that year. I think
It's so dope what you do because I'm like, yo, fuck yeah, yo.
see, everybody can mark your calendar.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I can't really do vacations through like domestic relations and trying to live on my own and everything like that. I can't really afford to like fly out or like do big vacations and stuff. And the floats to me were always little mini vacations. I ain't gotta spend no bread except for whatever I'm drinking, the floats, and some ice. You know what I mean? And it was just I met so many cool people. We always have a good time. It's always a great turnout. I don't think we've ever had one float where it was like, this is a dud.
Never. Even the rain floats.
Yeah.
Even the rain floats.
People will literally be like,
Even
oh,
the
rain or
rain float.
shine, rain or shine. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be
No,
out there.
you were
for
you were the head of that at
I
one
was
point.
at one point. I was at one
You
point.
started it.
At one point, I was all about it. But if it's already raining when we get there and it's the start, like, I don't care if it's 90 degrees and then it rains. But at least let us get in the water first for 4 hours. But it's just the impact that we have as far as like people coming out and like the love that everybody shows, you know what I mean, and everybody just being cool. Like I don't mind doing that kind of stuff and the work that it puts in and the talking to the town managers and the police and all that stuff.
You do put in a lot of work. It's almost like a job. I know it has to be.
It's the answering the same questions every day for me.
Yeah.
That burns me
Wait,
out.
when's the float?
Yeah. Somebody hit me that the other day. I was like, what is it? I'm like,
a whole
bro, what the
entire
fuck?
group page called Tristan and Caraby Swatty Flats, whatever. Swatty floats. I always do that. There's my dyslexia kicking in. We have the events in there. We have the rules. We have the picture with all the new starting point, the old starting point, the get out point. We have it all posted in there. People have been in there for years and they still do the same thing.
Yeah. We love that you do it. We love
understand
it.
that you're interested in it and you want to know everything, so you show up and you're on time. But it's the same thing every year.
Yeah.
We had to do a new starting spot because
The parking.
the park, Swatara Park, they don't appreciate us completely taking over their whole entire parking space to the point where nobody else can park in there. So we've outgrown that park. So that's why the new starting space, it's one of the runoff lots of Hershey Park.
Yeah.
So we don't ever have to worry about running out of space.
Yeah.
And it's the very last one. So even if there is a concert, so normally we do our stuff on Sundays. There's no concerts on Sundays, so we don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
The first one is June 7th. So we're doing it on a Saturday for the first time ever. The first one on a Saturday for the first time ever. He's been waiting for this forever. luckily, I didn't have a wedding. This was the first time I didn't have a wedding in June, on the first Sunday in June, or Saturday in June. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. There is an Avril Lavigne concert that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's an Avril Lavigne
Are we
concert
going?
that day.
Yo,
I'm getting in my truck and get the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah.
The issue is that it's Avril Lavigne. She's past her prime. So the issue
Still
is
gonna be lit.
Oh, it's gonna be lit.
Yeah, it's gonna be
but
a
they're not
million.
gonna sell out all that.
Okay,
park.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna be like when Janet Jackson was there. Great concert, but it's not a concert that's pulling in millions of people.
Yeah.
It's not like I can't even think of.
she's
one
gonna be
that-
like 40 something, like singing teenager songs.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
Skater
seeing her
boy.
skater boy?
There's gonna be a bunch of throat collars all over.
Like, do I like Avril Lavigne's music? Yes. Do I play some of it? Yes. But am I going to see her concert?
Nah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we're gonna be there though.
we're gonna be drunk. No, let me retract that statement. We're gonna be getting Ubers home.
Yeah.
But we're all gonna be there at the starting point, and we're gonna be able to hear the music.
Yeah.
We could have a little, tailgate party at the starting spot, listening to her music. Because
Is it gonna be that early?
It starts around 6, I think.
It
Oh
does?
yeah.
Really?
We
It starts around 6.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
be in the
7?
water.
Let's see if it's
Not 6 a.m.
No. When we
PM.
no.
Oh, when we get out. Wait, what?
What are you talking about?
I could do a 6 a.m. concert.
6 a.m. concert.
That'd be wild.
I'm gonna pull it up. You
That's
guys.
what they do them
You
day
guys talk
parties. They be doing them day parties. They talking
Oh,
about them
yeah,
doing
you
them day
talking about
parties.
doing day
Oh
parties.
my god!
We're
Let's go.
we're figuring that out. Yeah, we're figuring
Let's
that out.
go.
It's still under wraps. I can't say nothing
Yeah,
about
Caraby
it.
went strictly
I can't-
float.
This is
Strictly
strictly float. I can't talk anything about DJing.
He's not bringing that up.
Anything about DJing.
Well, y'all want me to come out the house more often, do day parties.
Okay, yeah.
Once 10 o'clock hits, brother, I'm out.
I feel that. Only reason why I'm out past 10 is I get paid to be now.
No, I understand. I think about returning to doing security and stuff like that all the time, but it's just so many years of that, man. I mean, my first gig was Dragonfly, and I was still in high school. You know what I mean? So, and then I didn't stop until 36, which was like, I think I've been out of it for 2-3 years now.
I bet you see a lot. Like, I know you see a lot, but like,
Nightmares.
I can't. You can only tell us what you've
Nightmares.
seen, right?
Nightmares.
Right.
It's just from the fights and the drunk people and I mean, there were great times too. I mean, 90% of the people that I'm still friends with, I mean, I've worked with, or I saw come in the bar all the time. I mean, that's how we met.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's still managers and supervisors that I still talk to from like the Quarter and Club 20 and Bravado and all that stuff, and Kyoto's and all that, all them spots that are something different now.
I miss all those spots, man.
I do too.
Like,
I do too. Sometimes
The heyday downtown.
that's what I was saying earlier, bro. We were out. If we weren't working downtown, we were out downtown.
Yeah.
So every day we were downtown. Like
there's just, so I'm younger than you guys, of course, but like, I just remember there being like Ciotas.
That's how we know you're young, because you said
Cioltas.
It's Kialtas.
Cioltas.
Yeah, I was young, so Ciotas.
Cioltas.
So then of course Aruga. Then you had like Molly Brannigan. You had Bourbon, of course, and then you had Mulligans. Mulligans, Bravado.
Yeah, Bravado.
And, like, yo, they all had their own like vibe, and like you could just like
Downtown used to
hop.
be
You could really
lit
just hop.
from Wednesday night to Sunday night.
Tuesday night, you forgot about Pints.
Yeah, that's not
Pints.
downtown.
That's considered.
Is it downtown? Okay.
It's in 2 blocks of walking distance. That whole thing is downtown.
You count yourself lucky you weren't around for pints.
No, I was around.
Oh, you was?
I
Oh, no
around,
shit.
Yeah. I got
$2
baby
you
face,
call
but,
it.
like, yeah.
$2 you
34
call
though.
it on a
Yeah,
Tuesday. Let's
yeah.
go.
Like, I don't know. Like, as a DJ, I want to get back to that prominence, but like, man,
Not for a while. Not for the TikTok dancing and making this younger generation. They're all about dancing. Their attention span is really, really short, but they are about dancing. If they can bring that dancing somehow back to the club, back to going out instead of doing it on here and showing, like, this is what is taking over the club.
Yeah.
This is what's taking over the club.
Yeah.
They can get their entertainment right there. They can meet everybody right there. They can hang out and do whatever they want right there. They don't have to get up and go out to the club.
You know what? I know we don't want to talk about DJ stuff, but we're talking about it.
Yeah.
I like how
right
Nocturnal like put that second bar in because that makes you stand up. Like it makes everyone interact.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be crowded. They're going to pack that out. Mm-hmm. It makes everyone interact. So hopefully that's like a step in that direction.
I will make it there.
Yeah, you have it. You still have
once
it.
this summer, at least once.
Since it's open, since DEG DJs have been there, he still has not made it there yet.
It's hard, man.
Well, he's responsible now.
Responsibility.
Yeah. Like
if somebody paid for his Ubers to be there, he would be there every night.
Oh, but they would be like $80.
Exactly.
That's what they are.
Nobody told you to move all the way out to Newville.
One time, me and my chick got into it, and I literally was like, I'm going. And I looked at the bill. It was $78 to get to Boomerangs.
Oh, just the Boomerang.
Just the Boomerang.
Wow.
I was
because
like,
it's that time. Yeah.
Well,
they spike it at
Newville,
that time.
It was Newville to to New Cumberland, 76, 40 something. And I was like, damn, that's not even the bar tab. And then it's like $78 to get home, probably. The bar tab going to at least be $100.
You might as well go to Miami, right?
Yeah. I said, I can't do it. I sat out there so mad. But the floats get everybody out the club.
Back to the float.
Yeah, back to the floats.
You know what I like about the float? Because it's kind of like the club on water.
Yeah.
Like everybody has their own section.
Wait till you see what I bring this year. Just wait.
God.
Oh,
God. Ridiculous this year.
I feel like everyone gets like better.
Every year, everybody upgrades.
Everybody
gets something better.
I still have the red cooler with the
JBL
arm on it and the JBL. That shit booms. But anytime I'm near him, I might as well just turn it off.
Yeah,
there's no
the
reason
thing.
for me to have that
That's
thing
the
on.
thing. Like, like, do I get this speaker? It didn't get next to Caraby.
Yeah, there's for you. I mean, my battery never used to lasted to the end because of the sun and blasting all day. But now it does because anytime I'm near him, I don't need to turn it on.
Right. See, I'm thinking about getting the 5-person Intex, John. It has like a little like.
Oh yeah.
Area.
The bigger ones, I didn't think the bigger ones really made it, but honestly, they did.
It's like a good size.
With us being on the Swatty, they are going to make it.
Yeah,
because there's only one spot for Rapids, and that's right after Party Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not.
Well, it depends on which section of the Swatty we go to, because if it was Schiavone to Fullings Mill, there's a lot of.
We don't really use that one anymore. I like that one, but I don't like that we don't have 2 different get out spots. If you want to make it a quick trip with the new route, we can get out 2 different spots. Schiavone to Fullington Road, that's it. You can get out and walk the train tracks, but you're still getting out of Fullington Mill Road.
I had to do that once.
I think we can check the weather right now. Like,
it's going to be perfect.
Huh?
I already checked it.
For June?
Wait, yeah. It's like 14 days, I think, right?
Oh my God, is it that close?
Look at this. Bro, we've been making posts for like, you go to the Weather Channel and you can do like daily, and it gives you all of these days. So yeah, it only goes up to Monday the 2nd, but hopefully all this rain.
Yeah.
Like I said, the rain's gonna make it the level at a decent
level.
Yeah,
it should be moving.
And then, bam, we're in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, as long as it's
that's the main thing. We got to have a whole week straight of 70s and 80s so that water warms up, because the water's gonna be ice cold.
I hate the first floats because they're always like room temperature.
Yeah,
my nipples are always hard.
That's cold as shit.
Yeah,
cold.
Like you can't really like have your shirt off. Like you gotta have a t-shirt on the first float.
No slut shorts this summer.
Hoochie daddy shorts.
Hooches. I'm coming out with them. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I got my swim trunks.
I always wore basketball shorts. I don't know why. The swim trunks. By the time you're at the end, you just beat up. Beat up.
What's that mean?
Just beat up from like the mesh on the mesh in the bottom of the float, the rocks, and the swim trunk linings up your ass crack the whole time.
Oh yeah. That part, yeah.
It's
just
rough.
basketball so short was like heavy.
Yeah, true.
When they get waterlogged, they get heavy.
They get a little heavy.
Every time when I used to wear basketball shorts, I would stand up. This guy. What do you always say? Crack kills, Sean.
Crack.
Yeah, because they're like, they're dragging off your ass. It's so heavy.
I'm like, I'm done wearing basketball shorts.
I got my water shoes in the other day. I got to order some tubes or just go get them. procrastinating a little bit this year. Usually I got like the 10 box already came in March.
I'm already set up. I got to build the cooler.
Yeah.
I still got to build the speaker box cooler.
He builds like waterproof.
I build shit. That's
It's
what I
sick.
do. I like to build shit.
That's super dope.
You know what? The one time he had a whole mic on there.
Yeah. I think we were
trying to do a contest.
Yeah.
We had sponsors.
What happened to
Yeah,
that?
we did.
What
We
happened to
had
the money?
sponsors. No, they got their money.
No. Like doing it again. What's up with that? It was what was it? Craziest float or
Craziest float.
Craziest float. Yeah.
Craziest
So
float.
what happened is people want to start sponsoring our stuff. That creates liability.
Yeah.
So if something bad happens, because we're taking sponsors, which means that we're taking money, which means that we're legally responsible.
Yeah.
And if anything bad happens, we can get sued.
Yeah.
Right, sued. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. How you start from like going on a float to now like we can get sued
event.
for
It's
it.
a public
Yeah.
event. But if anybody's exchanging any kind of money, business wise, it turns into a liability issue. So.
Like it's so weird because we can sell T-shirts which sell, but if we would be like, oh, you got to pay us to come on this event, like $5 a person or whatever like that, then that creates legal liability.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I get
want
that. I get
anything to do with that.
Yeah, no.
Because people come out there and
Certain people don't know how to handle their liquor.
no.
They get on that rope swing and they don't belong on that rope swing. And, bad things happen. They break.
My man waited to the last second to break both his legs.
Yeah.
I said, ain't no way.
He didn't hold us responsible. He knew he did it. He made a mistake. He was on the page the next day like, hey,
Yeah, I'm good.
in good spirits. I'm good.
Yeah.
Both my legs are broke, but I'm good. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, we're glad you're good. If you need anything, we got you. Because like I said, we're a community.
Yeah.
And
He's a good dude.
he's a
Yeah.
funny dude. Like he's a really funny dude, but he understood that he messed up.
Yeah, that was wild.
That's at your own risk.
wild.
Well, I don't go on that. I don't do no flips, nothing that I know that my little self will not handle.
These dudes will climb up in the
they'll climb up in
trees
trees
and jump out.
yeah,
I'm like, one dude was doing backflips off the railroad bridge.
Oh, I remember that. Water shallow as hell.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, that's not. That's
I
not
think
smart.
Benson face planted.
Somebody hit the dude. He broke both of his legs. He like when he hit, he just went straight down in.
Yeah.
He didn't like do whatever. He's
Oh,
supposed to do.
yeah,
He went
yeah,
down
yeah.
in and he bottomed out. Yeah, and
Yeah,
his
you're
legs,
supposed
it just
Well, that
out.
rope swing at that point of that trail, or not trail, but that waterway is like not even. It's like mud.
Yeah, I don't know who put it there, but people see a rope swing and
Oh yeah, it's on. It's on. See, I did it once just to say I can do it.
Well, the one that's like
one that's further down.
Yeah, in the cave or in front of the cave on the railroad track. That one's like doable. I'll go off of that one anytime because it's deep right there if you go out. But the other ones look like string, and then the other ones like not even.
Yeah. It's like just because someone put a rope on
Yeah.
on a tree
I wonder how
doesn't
many.
mean you should go off of it.
I wonder how many jackasses I can get to go off of this. Let me tie this up here real quick.
Like I'm one, like I try to lessen the danger quotient of my life. Like I don't do dangerous shit. So I'm chilling. Like I don't understand all the, let's like almost die today. Yeah.
I do
Thrill
have
seekers. There's thrill seekers out
Yeah,
there.
I get that. I'm just saying I'm not one of
I'm
them.
not one of them. No, I'm not.
I do have a little adrenaline kick, but certain shit I know I don't need to be doing.
I remember I brought a girl who she broke her foot.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that one.
She like was going off the rope swing, like just didn't hang on.
there's that rope swing
Yeah.
coming at it again.
I mean,
I have a great time just coming out there, smoking
chilling.
and chilling. Like,
I mean,
they
but
don't
you
need
said
nothing
just
else.
thrill seekers though. Like,
Yeah.
Put the rope on a tree. It's on.
My God, these
It
two
is
things
on.
don't belong together.
I mean, but it always does add that element. Like it's all those things that add to the element of the float that makes it so great.
It's just danger.
Yeah, I mean, it's adventure, right?
It's such a good time though. I mean, and we're gonna keep doing them. At one point in the wintertime, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do them.
You tried to quit multiple times.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hand this
did.
back to you, Caraby. I'm like, no, you're not.
I don't.
No, you're not.
Sometimes I get a little in my feelings, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do them anymore. Because then you get the pressure from the community. Like when we get out in Hummelstown on Duke Street and people are acting crazy, them people ain't screaming at them people.
Right,
They're
right,
screaming,
right.
"Where's Sean? Where's Tristan?"
Right. You gotta deal with all that.
When my man broke his legs, I mean, the fire department's there, the EMS is there. There's people that actually pulled up with like actual cameras, like, "Oh, I'm documenting this." And
He
probably made Channel 5 ratchets, didn't he?
well, Matt comes.
Yeah,
Matt
Matt's on
comes
there all the time.
Yeah.
He comes. He has these big plastic feet
Yeah.
that he always wears.
Yeah.
He definitely
The
comes.
Flintstone feet. Flintstone feet.
Yeah, there we go.
Jesus.
It's some of the negative stuff does bother me because it's our name, and people get to talking shit, and then we have to. I've dealt with town managers, the chief of police, who's awesome. He got us.
He's all about it.
He got
He's
us
the one
all
that
the
got us
trash cans,
all the
and-
extra trash cans and stuff.
That's
He's
dope.
all about
Yeah.
it. It's a positive. It's a positive thing that we're doing. Like we're not trying to create negativity.
No, we're not trash. We're not trying to trash the place.
We're not trying to. We're not out here, doing anything wrong. It's a creek. We're a bunch of people that just want to go on the creek and float on it and have a fun time in doing it. We're adults. We're allowed to drink. We're allowed to do this. We're allowed to do that. But we're also trying to be responsible about it.
Yeah.
At the end, certain people, we can't control what everybody does.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
This is America. Everybody's free to do whatever they want to do. So if somebody can't handle their liquor, we're not responsible.
Especially the liquor that they brought.
It's their liquor. We're
We're
not
not selling no liquor.
We're not providing
Talk about
it.
it.
Yeah, we're not providing it. We're not sitting there saying, "Hey, drink all of this. Hey, do this cake stand. Hey, take these shots." We're not. We're
They brought, listen,
back in the day,
they
had
brought
kegs.
kegs out
They
there.
used to
I was
bring
like,
kegs.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
I
Christ.
was like, this is too
If someone
much.
brings a cake, I'm doing a cake stand.
I definitely did a keg stand every time I seen a keg.
Remember Sammy D used to do them every single
Yeah.
Sammy D. Who else? There's somebody else that was just every time there was any kind of cake stand or a beer funnel, they would just be right.
Oh, yeah.
They would be right there in
I
front
think
of it all the time.
I think Jill.
Jill.
Yeah.
Jill, Jill's sober. Jill's sober.
Jill's sober
Two
too.
years,
Yeah.
2 years
Yeah.
sober.
The old manager, the old GM at Savannah's.
Savannah's, yeah.
She's about at least 2 years sober, I think.
2 years sober. She's living in Florida now.
Yep.
That's dope. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she used to come all the time. Yep.
Clap your hands for sobriety.
Yeah. And that's a cool. That's another.
But that's not
great
what we're
thing
talking about
this.
today.
No. We get lit. We get lit up on that float. I can't do too much drinking on the float, but
Yeah,
not
no,
like I used to.
I've been in that predicament where I had to drive from the float.
Whew.
Yeah, don't do it.
Nope.
No,
We do not condone you
Do
getting lit
not.
on the float
No.
and driving home, taking Uber.
Get
that's
an
it,
Uber,
drive
bro.
around.
That's
Have somebody,
stupid.
Just have somebody. 1 year, we actually had. I paid for a truck, right? Because I was like,
The bus.
the bus. So I was giving people rides from Duke Street back to the starting point, so they can get to
Yeah.
their car or get to an Uber.
clap your hands for Caraby for
That's
caring about the people.
That's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, I remember that. Val.
That girl,
Yeah.
that girl just went at me about it because she's like, I paid $5. Where's my ride? I'm like, you have to wait. The ride is going up there right now. They're going to come. I ain't waiting for. And then she
Oh,
just
I remember that year.
She went off on me. I'm like, ma'am, please chill out,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Please relax.
Like, just be patient. Nah, I paid my $5 now. I'm like, okay, this.
$5.
I'm like, this entitlement.
By $5.
I'm like,
That's all.
would
the
you
driver
like?
was asking
Would
for.
you like your $5
I know exactly.
back?
I'm just saying, but how much did he pay for that bus?
No, I'm like, I paid for the bus. I'm trying to do a service for everybody.
Right.
And that woman, she took it too far. It's like, never again.
Yeah.
Never again. You guys are responsible for your own DUI, not DUIs.
You are responsible for that.
DUI.
Your own Uber, your own ride, your own everything. We just make sure that it's a disclaimer right in the event. You're responsible for everything. Everything that is there, you're responsible for your own stuff.
Not that any of y'all read the shit.
Because we get all these questions all the time.
Right.
But-
So like how about how you guys all right, so you're having this event, but at the same time it's a public creek, it's a public park.
Yeah.
It's like you're really not responsible for anybody.
Nah.
It's just
But
you're
morally,
Caraby and Tristan.
Me and Tristan are
So you're track
floating
people.
together at this creek. We're having a bunch of friends. If you would like to show up. And
Right.
with us.
So we're not responsible, but morally, we don't want to see.
We don't want to see anything bad happening.
Right.
We don't want the parks trashed. We don't want people having problems, fighting. We don't want static with the law. We don't want people. No, obviously we don't want nobody getting hurt.
Yeah.
But you're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for who you bring. You're responsible for your trash. You're responsible to get yourself there and home safely.
Yep.
Just be an adult, right?
Being an adult.
Like,
and if you bring your kids, you got to be responsible for your kids.
That is in fucking bold capital letters.
If you bring your kids, and
Be an
your kids
adult.
are out here,
and they still bring everybody's kids.
they're bringing like teenagers, and they're out here drinking and smoking, and then all of a sudden they're acting up and being stupid.
Yeah.
We're like, what? Get your kids.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Get your kids, and then the kids are the ones that are always fighting at the end.
Yeah.
Like, why are you allowing your
No
kids?
YNs
no.
at the float. I promise you, no YNs.
Yeah, we don't play that. We just want everybody to have a fun time and everybody to enjoy each other's company. Simple as that.
It's hard to say like, oh, you can't bring this person or not because again, it's a public event.
Right.
Anybody and everybody
Like,
can show up.
You're responsible for the charges you get though.
Yep.
You know what I mean? 'Cause-
Real shit. And the law will be watching.
And they know.
They know. They know. They watch our page.
Y'all give
and
them
they
a heads
show
up?
Yeah.
No, they-
I
they
mean,
should.
well,
As soon as we
I'm on first name terms with the chief.
Yeah.
And I gotta call him. I didn't realize it was so close. I'm losing my mind with time. I gotta let him know, hey, we're doing on a Saturday. Can I come by and get them trash cans or something?
Real
Because
shit.
he hooks us up.
over the first bridge. As soon as we go underneath the first bridge, the cops are sitting right there waiting at us going by.
Yeah.
Letting us know that they're watching us.
Right, pretty much.
So like, hey, before y'all get stupid, we're right here. Just to let you know, we are here, and we will be at the end to make sure y'all are doing everything the right way. So for y'all that come out and don't understand that this is a fun event and not get trash and try to fight everybody event, just stay home.
Yeah.
Those people, stay home. Go
Please.
somewhere else. Go
That's why we
somewhere
try
else.
to do it early in the morning too, because like a lot of the problem people won't even be up yet.
I mean, I feel like they find a way to, because
maybe people sober up because
it's
Chris
gotten
is going to
so
be there.
big that, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Chris will be there feeding everybody, so maybe it won't get so crazy. you
that's
know?
dope. All right, let's talk about like the prospects for the float on the 7th, right? That's dope. The catering.
Yeah.
You said at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, he's gonna.
And the end is
I think he's gonna
crazy.
set up like early, so when people start pulling in, they can buy food and stuff, and then also at the end.
As soon as we get in and everybody's on the float, he packs up his stuff there. He has 3 or 4 hours to do whatever he wants to do, and then he gets to the end around 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
He's only gonna be at one end spot though. So if you're getting out at Kokomo Boat
Bridge,
Ranch,
yeah.
he's not gonna be there.
Oh,
That's the first get out spot. That normally like anywhere between a 3-4 hour float.
So if you're a pussy, you can't get no food. Gotta stay to the second drop off.
We didn't say that. That was a host. That wasn't us. That wasn't us. There's times where I get out at Kokomo.
No, that's for real.
Yeah,
I got out there all last summer. I was like, I'm out of here.
I'm like, I had enough. I'm good. Kokomo it is.
But Duke Street's
Duke Street is where he'll be at. Yeah, because there's more space for him to set up.
And I think a lot of people make the mistake of coming out there and not eating nothing before you come, and then not eating shit the whole time, and you're just day drinking
In the sun.
on an empty stomach in the sun.
When that water's slow, it's a long ride.
Everybody running out of beer at 2:00 ain't. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You're doing a little
bring
too much.
enough. Yeah, bring enough for yourself or your crew.
Yeah.
Don't have. What is about like some people they'll bring.
Don't
like
bring a
whole-
6-pack.
Yeah, they'll have 10 people. They'll have 10 people and bring 1 6-pack.
You're asking me for a beer at 2:00, brother. Like we just got out here.
Yeah, because it happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
Can I buy a beer? Nah.
They get there to the start and they're already halfway through.
Yeah.
Before we
Yeah.
even pre-gaming, they're already halfway through. Their
People pulling up
liquor.
at 10:00, like already busting out Fireball. It's like Jesus. Christ.
Yeah, the liquor's crazy. The licri's crazy.
Liquor, for me, I don't do liquor until Party
Yeah.
Island. Party Island is
Liquor's
where
crazy.
I will start doing shots because I know it's almost over.
Yeah.
So my little self can handle it.
I know people are feeding you shots.
Yeah.
And you.
I had to say no.
Take a shot with me, Tristan.
all
Take a
the-
shot with me.
Yeah, I have to like say no so much, and I appreciate it. I just, I have a long drive, and
yeah.
you know what I mean. Monday morning comes early.
Back
Or
to the
quick.
food truck though, because I'm interested. What do you know what's on the menu? Like, what's he
He's
making?
gonna. We
Yeah,
don't have it.
he's like real good in the kitchen. So.
Whenever
I know he is.
Whenever I do my parties
Yeah,
at
yeah,
my house,
yeah,
he's the one
yeah.
that's
It's always
cooking
great.
at my house. So
Always great. That's why I asked. Cause like
it's gonna be finger food though. It's gonna be something
Yeah.
that you could just you buy it and you don't have to like no utensils. Or anything.
Yeah.
Probably. Hopefully he does some kind of breakfast food in the beginning. That would be
Yeah.
amazing if he does breakfast food.
Yeah, that'd
Chris,
be
you're
dope.
hearing what I'm saying right now. Breakfast
Breakfast
food in the beginning.
eggs, bacon.
Yeah, just do some Chris muffins. There you go. Some Doc muffins.
Some croissants.
Let's get some croissants.
You almost made me drop my croissant. Yeah. And then at the end, like,
At the
sober
end.
up.
Yeah.
Get people sober.
burgers and hot dogs at the end.
Yeah.
True.
It's gonna be a good time. I'm excited. Like we said earlier.
I'm just happy we got that new start spot, so we don't have that drama anymore.
Yeah. And it's right. Just walk
We
straight
walk
down
straight
into the water.
into it now. There's no going through a whole like little trail to get to it.
Yeah,
You just,
yeah.
As soon as you park, there's a road that goes right there and it goes right in.
Yep.
Nice and easy.
It
So,
should be a good
are
time.
you excited that it's a Saturday?
I am so hyped.
I know you are.
I
That's
am
that's
so
like
hyped.
I gave him this one time because every year.
Please give me to
because you probably got a gig that night.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
It's what
Yeah,
usually
it
going to be at
is.
Sawyer's or Nocturnal that night.
Well, so
Is that the first? That's the first Saturday. Is that the first Saturday month?
It is. Yeah, it's the
that's
7th.
usually that's
By math.
The reason why we did Sundays is because we both worked
had
at the
to work.
bars.
We both worked at the bar back
We
then.
had to, and nobody had to do shit on Monday.
I
For
liked it
us.
on Sundays because it's like there's nothing else that can possibly be going on.
Yeah.
Other than the float.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, cause you can go to like a parade or not a parade, but like some kind of event on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Certain people start to like industry people. They start to work on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's
And a
why
lot of people were like, "Oh my god,
They
you guys
didn't
are
want it.
changing it? Why?
They didn't want it because they're industry people. They have to either work
Right.
or
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have.
I'm industry people.
But
Yeah.
you have to work at night though.
I mean, but like I have gigs in this. I have gigs on today.
Yeah,
Like, for sure.
Normally, I have a wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Every Saturday
Yeah.
in the summertime, I have a wedding, so that's why we would always do it on Sundays. And he would back then he would be working something during the day, and then at night he would be at a club. So I'm not going to be able to get very lit on this one because I'm going to have to
Yeah.
be, at least sober enough to
Responsible.
start. Yeah, at least sober enough to get to Nocturnal and be on point because I don't have an opener that night because I don't have anything but the float.
I'm
I
still
was
not
his
drinking.
opener, but I got a gig on Saturday nights now.
I'm still not drinking on the Saturday
You're
one,
welcome.
but I'll still be out there. No drinking though. I do the ceremonial
He is
like,
going
walk
to
out with a
do-
beer.
A few beers, he's going to do a few shots.
No,
got
no,
some
no, no,
Seagrams.
no,
You're
no,
not, you're not going to
Some
get lit.
Seagram
I know you're
cocktail.
not going to get lit. I know you're not going to get lit.
Because they come out there with moonshine.
If somebody,
all
gives him
types of
tequila,
shit.
if somebody gives him
No,
tequila,
no,
it's
no,
over.
no, no.
It's over.
We're
So
not
say
doing
no to
tequila.
tequila. I
No
understand.
tequila.
Tristan
what tequila
is
turns
strictly
into.
Seagrams.
No.
No.
God.
Strictly Seagrams, like
I will walk out with
You meant like the wine
Oh,
cooler.
the
Yeah,
wine
the
cooler.
wine
No. I will
Just
walk out
wine
when we
coolers.
first walk out. I'll do like a walkout with a high life, and then usually try to keep it water and Gatorade the rest. That's what I did last summer. They were trying to get me fucking wasted. The moonshine and the tequilas and the
moonshine is
Jameson.
crazy because the moonshine is a different level.
Yeah.
I'll take a sip of moonshine. People they hand that around. I'll take a sip of it if it's something like the apple pie or like that
Yeah.
because it tastes good and it's something that I don't normally drink.
Right.
So
Right.
that's like my literally whenever I'm on a float, that's my experiment time. Whenever like look, we got this new beer or we got this new seltzer or we got this. Let me try one. That's when I try. Oh, I like this, so I'm gonna bring. It's refreshing. I want to drink something that's refreshing when I'm in the sun. I don't want to drink heavy beer. I
Right,
don't know
right,
how to
no.
do that. Yeah, it's
Well,
heavy
Miller
beer
or
is-
High Life's super light.
it's still beer.
Yeah, it's beer.
It's still beer.
I saw them dudes rolling
What is
down
light
in
beer?
that.
It's like beer.
Yeah, it's super light
Because
beer.
it's not IPA.
No. I saw them dudes in that. There were 4 or 5 dudes in a float passing around the big bottle of Henny, and I knew.
Nope. You knew they were going to be fighting.
I knew. I said, I can guarantee them dudes are going to be wilding out later. And this was like 12:30, so we just got in. I said, I ain't no way, brother.
Yo, I can't wait for this float, man.
Yeah,
like,
I'm excited. Like I said, I was kind of not trying to do it, but it's just something I like.
I let him.
It makes me feel.
He has to go through his motions. He gets winter depressed.
Yeah,
and then as soon as it starts to get a little bit warm out, hey, so, so what we're doing?
Like, that's the thing. I remember so many floats. I'm like, I'm not going because whatever responsibility I have, or I'm tired. But you wake up and it's sunny, and there's a float going on.
No.
It's on now.
Can't wake up and it's sunny.
I can't miss this one.
My girl, she's like, why do you get so excited for these? I'm like, one day, something's gonna.
I hope she comes to one.
Well, now with the new setup that I have, she might. She actually
Ooh.
might. Yeah, the new setup I have, she might.
Ooh. Oh wait.
Wrong one.
Ooh.
Was that a record scratch?
See, I don't know what the best one because I had.
No, not quite.
See, I gotta get better at these.
That's what,
you gotta know your buttons.
You gotta put little white labels right here.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to know which one is. If I don't use it all the time, I wouldn't be able to know that either.
Right. I mean, I do it every time I do a podcast, which is 5 at this point. But I'm getting too experienced to not know.
Perfect. That one was perfect. There you go.
Well, if yours comes, then mine's will. I think, possibly.
Really?
Maybe.
Oh shit!
But I mean, she likes
developments.
Your girl likes floats.
No, the fuck she does not.
I thought she did.
No, she hates every one of them females.
Okay, her. That's why she hates.
Oh my God.
She doesn't like
the float,
people.
it's the females.
It's not the float.
She likes floats. She doesn't like the people.
Yeah, she's not feeling everybody in my face. That's what she's not feeling. She almost got into it. We walked out the bar yesterday after getting wings, and some old lady was like, "Hot damn!" She almost fucking ripped the door off the hinges going back in there.
Oh my God.
That's hot. I like it. Do it again.
And mine just doesn't like dirty creek water, and so
and that's enough. She said the same thing.
I understand that.
And she can't really dedicate
when I
fucking
first
6 hours.
Yeah, when I first got involved in this, I was like, dirty creek water.
Yeah. Float.
There's like nasty animals in that shit.
Snakes
like,
and turtles,
leeches.
There's
blood,
feces in that.
Brain,
why would we want to go
amoeba?
In there? The next thing you know, like it was because that first time I went, it was so hot. I can't swim, but I'm holding on to my float. I'm in that water. I'm like, this is so relaxing. Like I cannot believe how much. Because Yellow Breeches has that one spot where it's super deep, so like you just go in there and you can swim along. I was like, wow.
And then the Swatty's like the whole way down is pretty much like you can kind of float along.
You can float along.
Yeah, that's
or you can stand and you can walk it, or you can get yourself, whatever. There's only like 2 deep spots at the very end before Duke Streets. That's the deep spot. That's a slow and go spot right there. I forget where I was trying to go with that.
Oh my God,
it is relaxing.
I can't wait.
It's relaxing. No.
Wait.
I guess we were just talking about like just the upcoming like prospects for the float, just like how excited we are about it. And
Well,
I'm hype.
I actually want you guys like, if I was a person or the people out there that haven't been on one, like, why would you tell them to like, what the fuck are you waiting on? Let's go on a float.
Well, for me, if you haven't been to one and you enjoy meeting new people, if you enjoy getting out and being in Mother Nature, and you don't want to be in your house on a phone being depressed, you don't want to be in front of a TV, being depressed, over here sitting there like, I wish I could do this or I wish I could do that. We're doing it. We're out here and we're doing it. We're putting stuff together. There's not a lot of people in Harrisburg putting things together for people to do, for everybody to show up. That's free. Yeah. One, that's free. 2, you provide your own everything, so you're going to like it. Yeah. You bring your own food, you bring your own liquor, you bring your own whatever, you bring your own company.
Yeah.
How can you go wrong with that?
You're bringing your own people.
Yeah.
You remember the first time someone told you about a float, you were like, water.
Yeah.
Like, why do I want to be in creek water? Like, it's the same thing happened for me.
What do you mean getting in water and float?
So the reason why, obviously, you know, I was dating that girl at that time, so I gave it a chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to have open minds.
Fucking
if you don't, if you don't, Erica's good now. She's in a good place. Cool. She's way better off now. She's in a great place. Me and her, we're still cordial. We'll hit each other up every now and then over I'm DJing her little sister's wedding. So
that's dope.
Yeah, I'm always anybody that
you see me?
Yeah. The air horn would have been good too at that point in time too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was, like her family, I was always cool with them. Her mom always likes Christians, pictures, stuff like that.
That's dope.
Like, no animosity. No, we didn't work out. We just weren't good when we were together. Now that we're apart, she's good. I'm good.
Right. As you get older, I feel like
people have to realize in life.
It didn't fit.
It didn't work. It didn't work. You can't hate that person if it didn't work.
Right.
She didn't do anything malicious to me. I didn't do anything malicious to her. So, but she introduced me to floating, and it's something that I want to have with me for the rest of my life. If it wasn't for her doing that, I would know nothing about this life.
I would have brought him eventually.
Yeah. For people that have never tried something new, that have, doubts, it's dirty water, it's cold, it's this, it's that. Try it once. Just try it once. If you don't like it, never go again.
Right.
There's you don't even have to come to, because this float has 2 get out spots. If you start at 12 and you don't get out, you don't stop. If you get out at the first spot, 3 hours.
Right.
It's 3 hours of your life.
Right. On a Saturday that you weren't doing anything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Most time it's a Sunday that you weren't doing anything anyway, right?
Yeah, if you have plans and you're doing something, yeah, obviously wait till another time. But if you have nothing to do and you're looking for fun people to hang out with, you enjoy having a little drink, a little smoke, you enjoy good company, you enjoy good music, you enjoy being outdoors, try it. Come try it.
It's such a different experience, than you can't, because remember you brought up vacations and but it's different than vacation.
It's just like a mini getaway.
It is a getaway.
It's a getaway.
It's a getaway.
Because you're not gonna have your phone on you because you could fall in the water.
Right.
Listening to music, you're vibing out. It's a good time.
When you're on the float, you have to be on the float.
Yeah.
You be chilling, but you have to be aware that you're on a float.
Yeah. I mean, all you gotta do is go to the page, scroll the pictures, scroll the videos, and you'll see.
Tristan and Caraby, Swatty floats.
That's it.
That's the page.
How big is your group now?
6,800, something like that. Yeah, no.
That's crazy.
That's because you imagine if all of them showed up at once, that would we would definitely get kicked.
Oh yeah,
we would get kicked.
Y'all are done. Hopefully that would be dope to see.
It would be really dope to see. I think. Wait, so the 2021? That's the biggest.
I think that was the biggest. That was about 900 something odd people checked in.
It's just crazy to see on the water. It's crazy to see.
The page is Tristan and Caraby official Swatty floats. Mm-hmm. All you got to do is just look it up, add us, and one of us will add you to. There's no stupid questions. Or you don't have to share the page, and you don't have to do all that other stuff that other pages do.
No politics.
Yeah, no politics, no nothing. We just all talk about floats. That's all we do is talk about floats.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, that's all you talk about, and everyone.
I was spamming it for a while. I was promoting my gigs.
Oh yeah, I did do that. That's when I was in my stage. I'm not floating this year.
He was in depression. I'm like, you know what? I got this platform. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah. I mean, it's yours though. They're there for you. I feel like part of the reason why they come is because you can have your own float, but Tristan and Caraby's floats,
we encourage other people to have their own
100%.
It's not gonna be like yours. We're not like, oh no, you're not part of our group because you have your own group. No, we want all of our groups to join and make one super group. We want as many people to show up as possible.
And with 6,800 people throw their own little gets-togethers and floats and stuff all the time. Mm-hmm. And they'll post them, and that's that's kind of like
that's dope.
We can't, that's dope. We can't do the events every weekend, but y'all can surely get on there and be like, hey, I got a group 20 people. Anybody want to go?
I see that.
All the time. That's just super dope, and I like to sit back and see that too.
That's dope. So I like to keep these things about an hour, and that's where we are now. You guys got closing thoughts or
come out and have fun, man.
June 7th, right?
June 7th. Be at we have coordinates now. We don't even have an address because we had to go in the middle of a field to park for the new starting spot. But go on the page. Yeah, you got to go on the page. Just go on the page, and you'll see the event. In the event, I have a thing posted saying that
we should pin the new event.
Yeah, well, it should be pinned. It should be
the
pinned.
older ones are.
No, it's not pinned. Somebody didn't. It's not pinned. Yeah, bro. What's going on, man? You're supposed to be in charge of that.
I know.
That's why I put your
slacking.
name first. My name's not first anymore because I'm not doing that stuff anymore. You're supposed to be doing that stuff.
That winter depression is a fucker.
Caraby don't show up.
You know, it's usually at the end of the
At the end of the, I will admit, I start to fall off at the end. I'm getting old. My son wears me down. I can't wait to bring Christian. That's
gonna be super
I
dope.
cannot wait.
That's another thing. We will do like a kid friendly float. You know what I mean? And it's we'll do a kid friendly float. Usually like at the end of July or something. Because my daughters come up and
that's something that I will look forward to.
Hey, yo, Christian's coming.
Yeah.
Christian will. Oh man,
he'll have a ball.
I'm gonna be have to chase. I'm gonna have to chase him the whole way through because he's just gonna get out of my float.
He's
a little swimmer.
That's what's up.
He loves water. He loves water sports. He loves anything about that. So,
mine's are 17, 18 now. So they might
ready
in
like
shape. I gotta get in shape. What we say?
I said the girls are 17 and 18 now. Jesus Christ! So they might not even want to. I don't want to hang out with daddy on the float.
Yeah.
That's my boyfriend.
That's lame.
Oh my God. I get to meet everybody. Ariana leaves for college August 16th.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So they both have boyfriends?
Malia is 6'1" and she's got her a short king.
I mean, she's gonna always have to deal with short king.
I know.
I was about to say she's always
at that point.
At least 1 out of 3 is gonna be a short king.
I said
it's probably more than that. Like over 6'1", that's gotta be like 10% of men.
I mean,
their age.
Yeah, their age.
They're all tall. All those kids are tall. You don't see
Really?
very many short kids and teenagers.
They put all them drugs in the food.
Yeah, all the food, all that processed stuff in the food, they're all shooting up.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It has to be because it makes no sense. Even all the females are taller. They're all tall.
I love it. Even though I'm dating a hobbit, I love her.
A hobbit.
Just so we know.
You just
Brittany Baggins.
Oh my God. She's not a hobbit.
She a little bit.
Yo, Brittany, come on the float, yo.
She ain't having it.
She comes. It's just if everybody just leaves him alone, then she'll be
Leave
okay.
Tristan's gonna be by herself, sober.
But I don't
thing.
come with her. I still be chilling solo.
I want to.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's always by
Few
himself.
floats, you have definitely been by yourself. You will pull up to me every now and then. You'll pull up to like the group of friends that we have.
I come in and swoop down. Hey guys, and then be out.
And then he's gone again. He's just really
Stays
by
out
himself.
afterwards, picks up trash by himself, yo.
No, we do that together. He does. He'll do the end. I'll do
But
the
not
beginning.
with a woman.
No.
Or with any other.
Skedaddle, huzz.
Yeah, the huzz.
Get out of here before you get me murdered.
You know, like I have a core group of friends that we all take care of each other with the rides and stuff like that. But at the end,
it's like trash duty immediately.
They all know, like, hey, we're going to help you out. Where we putting this at? Where we putting that at? That's the one thing about the beginning spot. We don't have trash cans at the end.
And that's dope.
We don't have a dumpster, bro.
I applaud you guys because you don't have to do that. It's a public space.
Well, we didn't though.
It'd fall on you, but
I remember that some of the
work you don't get paid for.
Yeah, they do, but like some of the comments from the 2020 first float,
people that
just
live in the
bothered
area.
the
people that live
out of me.
Yeah,
on the creek or in that area, like they just joined the group just a bitch.
Yeah, just a bitch.
Yeah, well,
there was this one girl who was just like,
wouldn't we all?
Oh my
son, if someone was coming through my community and just
trashing it,
yeah, no, I get it. But this one girl, and I'll never forget it. They must have went super early before the whole group, and it was already trashed up there before the group even got there.
Before we even started.
And like argued with me for like an hour on one of the posts. Just like, y'all are trash, y'all trash the joint. And now it's like 3:00. I'm not even out the water yet.
We're
I'm
still
like,
floating.
yo, like
We're
my
still
son
floating.
had to pick up trash or I was like,
What?
and at that point I was trying to be respectful to everybody.
Yeah.
Now I don't care.
Yeah.
But like I was like, I don't understand why you're
If they
mad.
don't
Like
come
we're
at us
not
with
even
respect, we're not responding.
Yeah.
Like if
That
you're
shit's out the window 2
if
years
you're
ago.
if
brother.
you're just gonna come
I
right
remember that
at us
shit.
and say this and say that without even hearing what we have to say, you're a Karen, and we're not caring about
Yeah.
that. So
How about that?
For the majority, like, you know, when you get big groups of people like
We're
this,
not caring
Yeah.
about Karens.
Nah. You get giant groups of people like this, there's always going to be like a couple that don't know how to act. You know what I mean? You
Or
guys
don't
work
pick
in the
up
clubs.
their- or don't
you know
pick
what
That's
I
how
mean?
numbers
trash.
work, right?
Or
Yeah.
don't- you know, you can't. We're not responsible for that many people. We just can't be. We're gonna do our best, but
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
people, there's always one or two bad apples out of a bunch.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, hopefully they don't ruin it for everybody, but it is what it is, and
Yeah.
nobody's perfect. So
We got to get better. I got to get better with taking criticism.
we have to figure out trash cans for the new starting spot.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Or I could just, we'll just.
I'll talk to the.
Talk to
yeah,
because that's
see if we can get it.
That's not because it's across the river. I don't know if that's still Hummelstown or if that's Hershey.
Yeah, I think that's Hummelstown, and then the bridge is considered Hershey.
Yeah,
Where we're going to be parking at, I think is Hershey.
that's Hershey. So we have to
Yeah.
talk to Hershey and just make sure. If
I don't
not,
think it's going to be a problem.
I have people that have dumpsters, so we
Yeah.
just get a dumpster put there. People can dump the trash in there, and then it'll get hauled out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a freaking hauling company. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
bro?
Yeah, that's it.
We're not
That's it.
hauling
You're the truck
company.
guy.
You know, the
What are we
fucking
talking
truck
about?
costs money, players.
What are we
Ah,
talking about?
yeah. Costs money, like
I need $50 a bag, dog.
yeah.
No, we'll figure something out. I usually, as we say, I usually load my pickup truck up with bags and floats, and take it back to the one dumpster. Because, like I said, you don't want to. If people leaving trash, that's when people are going to start complaining.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's unnecessary.
They're going to
And
complain because there's a bunch of people
acceptable,
getting
too.
them out of the water and da-da-da, but they really going to make us stink if it's trash,
Trash the drum. Just be an adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put your trash in a bag.
It's actually in the
Empty it after
description.
you're done.
It's in the all about description. Look,
Yeah.
Please read.
Scroll over here. Go to events. I got to move that so the events go forward.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. About.
You're responsible for your own
It says
trash.
what to expect, and we have everything listed right there, and people still ask the same questions
Hey, listen.
over and over.
Anyone watching this podcast that's interested in the float and like the goings on and like how we do things.
That's
right
124 people right now.
Right
with
here.
another 200 and something
We
people
all-
interested.
Look
You
at
know-
this page.
You know what happens? As soon as they all wait for the weather.
Yeah.
They all
yeah.
wait for the weather. Once if June 7th the weather is above 78 and sunny,
It's
that's
on.
That's going to shoot up to 500 people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
on.
no, as it should, because that's when it's perfect. That's when
It's
it's
gonna be
perfect.
on.
But yeah, follow this page, get the instructions in the about, right? That's how we do things, right? And let's enjoy the flow. Let's have a good time. Let's be responsible and have some good old fun, right?
It's a Saturday float. Let's go.
It's a Saturday. I know y'all off, right?
I can't wait.
Listen, hey, that's been real. Action Jackson Motion Podcast signing off with Caraby and Tristan. Like, this one's special, yo.
Yeah, man.
This was special
Yeah,
because
I
we
love
gonna
this.
have a
This is such a
good
good
ass
time.
time on June
It's gonna be a
7th, the
fun
first
time.
float. The first
gonna
of
be a
a
fun
few,
time.
right?
Yeah.
First of a few. Summer just started, right?
Finally.
He's out of his depression finally.
I'm out. I get seasonal depression too.
It's not like super. I don't get like super depressed. It's just like the weather sucks. I can't go do shit. I don't want to do shit, but be in the gym, and that gets old after a while.
I think we all deal with that as humans, man. Hey, signing off. Salute. Hey, it's been real.